Thanks, Dr. Minister, my question relates to Venezuela. I think it's incredibly significant. I think it can be a real game changer in world politics, and I think that the Irish government and the EU have the potential to play a positive role. And I would appeal to you to actually start that role in a positive way. The decision which he supported, which is unfortunate, to support Guaido, who was a little far right-wing thug with very little support in Venezuela, who was educated in the Chicago School of Economics in order to hope that one day he could implement US neoliberalism in Venezuela. It was a big mistake by the Irish government and the EU to support Guaido, the unelected Guaido. It is totally in breach of international law, the position you took on it, and I would plead with you, Minister, if there is potential for you to have this issue revisited. I think that if the EU withdraws its support for Guaido as the interim president, which is absolute rubbish because he's not the president of Venezuela and he isn't going to be the president of Venezuela, bar there's a military intervention that imposes it and he becomes a dictator in the place, because he will never get the support of the Venezuelan people. So, Minister, my question to you is, do you have an appetite to play a positive role? Can you withdraw your support for Guaido and act as an intermediary? Get the government in Venezuela, who we realise have made a lot of mistakes. They've done some great things in reducing poverty and inequality, but they have made a lot of mistakes too. So they're far from perfect. We would like a situation where the government of Venezuela sit down with the opposition, with intermediaries from Europe, a European entity that would create a situation where there could be dialogue and open discussion and mediation between the different factions. That's what's required now, is mediation, not conflict. And supporting Guaido, supporting US sanctions, is going to lead only to polarisation and, at worst, bloodshed. I would ask you, Minister, is there a possibility that you could work towards the EU playing a mediation role in Venezuela, but you shall have to withdraw this nonsense of support for Guaido as an interim president first?